Alright, I gotta do out a little TLC on my tomato plants today. I'm gonna trim some of these yellow. I need some nitrogen. Yeah, I need some nitrogen. You know what? That would be a nice cutting right there. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Just ago, went and got my lab work done today. And while I was in there, they was drawing blood. Of course, you got to pee in a cup. And there was this younger guy in there. He's a veteran. And they give him the cup. He said, I can't never pee when I come in here, and I should be drinking a lot of water or something, but you know what? I said, I can pee in it for you. I got pee to spare. But old men, at least this old man, I could pee right now. It seems like I can pee on call. In other words, you need pee, I got pee. Got to put a little calcium on my tomato plants. You know, I don't like the different stuff you put on, you know, fertilizer and stuff. I'd rather have individual stuff that I can put on as it needs it. Like, I know these tomato plants need calcium. Also, they need a little fertilizer too. So, now I'm gonna give them that. Oh man, we got some nice tomatoes coming on this thing. Nice tomatoes. Pump that up a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is that Miracle Grow. I like Miracle Grow. I like dispensing it like this. I talked to my sister-in-law, my oldest sister-in-law. I ain't got but 2 sister-in-laws left. The oldest one and the youngest one. I told her, I said, it's really strange that I'm talking to you this morning. I said, I just uploaded a video to my channel about Aunt Ruby. She said, no, you didn't. I said, yeah, I did. Did you say anything bad about her? I said, well, I was just telling how she was. Aunt Ruby's iced tea. Yeah. I got some more stories about Aunt Ruby. But Aunt Ruby, she was a I'm telling you what's the truth. That was a mean old woman. What'd I do with I gotta put some calcium on, some eggshells on this. Boy, them honeybees like sucking on them oranges. Now, yeah, that was Gay I was talking to. She's the oldest one. She was one of my favorite sister-in-law. Well, I loved them all. There was Annie, Chloe, Reba, and Gay. The sister-in-laws. And now all that's left is Gay, who's the oldest, and Annie, that's the youngest. Chloe and Reba died. Reba, I felt kind of close to Reba, you know. Well, what's that squeaking like? Why is that not? It's doing all right. Whoops, I forgot one. Got one sitting down here. Yeah, I only got 2 sister-in-laws left. My in-laws was more like family, my family, than my real family was. And I don't think they realized just how much of a family they were to me. They was like family to me. Loved every one of them, even the ones that didn't like me. There was a couple of them in there that didn't. Well, there was actually about 3 that didn't like me, but after they got to know me, he did. But there was 2 there that didn't particularly like me. One brother-in-law, actually 2 brother-in-laws. Oh. They didn't like me at all. I mean, they got used to me, you know, after so many years. They got to where they like me all right, I guess. I know why that one didn't like me. He didn't like me because, well, I'm not bragging, but I was smarter than him. I was smarter than him. And he was an upholsterer too. And he came down here to Florida and worked in my shop. for a while. And I had to fire him. He had a problem with alcohol, and I told him from the get-go, I said, you come in here, that's fine. You go out home and get drunk, that's your business. But if you come in here drinking, you're out of here. I told him that from the get-go. And I told him, he come in drunk one day. I could tell he was drunk. He was fumbling around, dropping stuff. There wasn't no way I was wanting him to work on any furniture or anything, and him drunk. I ain't gonna call his name. But I went up to him, I said, man, I told you about drinking and coming here drunk. Said, it ain't gonna happen. I told him, pack your stuff and you're out of here, you're fired. And he said, you son of a bitch. Said, I never did like you anyway. But when he was sober, he was the best back man. Building the backs, upholstering the backs on some of that stuff. Best I ever seen. But that bottle killed him. He's dead now. That bottle killed him. And we I remember the first time I was working at the same place he was, a factory. When he actually one got me the job there. And I told him, I went and told the boss I'm turning in my notice, and he said, well, wish you'd stay, and I give him 2 weeks. And I went and told my brother-in-law I'd just give him a 2 weeks notification. And he said, well, why don't you just quit? Where are you going? I said, I'm going to start my own shop. And he said, you think you know all this stuff that goes on in here? And I said, yeah. Pretty much. And I did, I didn't have the experience behind me because I'd only worked there a couple of years. And so I opened my own shop. He used to come by every once in a while looking at my work and stuff, and he never would admit that I was as good as him as far as building furniture and stuff. Actually, I was way beyond him because all he knew how to do was upholster. You got like 3 or 4 things there when you're building furniture. You got the frame in where they build the frame and spring it up, put the springs in it. Then it goes to the seat man. The seat's the first thing that goes on a sofa or a chair. Then you go to an arm man, and the arms is the next thing that goes on. Then you go to the back man that builds the backs, and that's what my brother-in-law did. He built the backs. And then the last thing was what they call the trimmer, and that's where I started at as a trimmer. The trimmer puts on all the outside covers on the outside of the arm, the outside of the back, the skirt and all that stuff. And back man always made the best money. And of course, they all pretty much made the same thing, except the trimmer. The trimmer made the least. And after you was trained, you was on piece rates. You got so much per piece that you done, and when it comes down the line, there's a ticket, big ticket on that thing with the fabric and all that stuff laying there. And there's a little ticket on each one for backs, arms, seat, trimmer, all that stuff. And that's how you got paid. When you got done, like when I got done trimming a piece, I'd pull off the trimmer ticket and I'd save that up. Then I'd turn them things in on Thursday. And that's how they come up with how much they paid you. But I was a trimmer. But then I got to paying attention, looking at that stuff, and I'm thinking, man, I can do that. But when I opened my shop, I didn't have a sewer. I had to pay a lady to come in, and so I didn't know how to sew. And I didn't know how to cut. I had a cutter and I had a sewer. But I did all the rest of the upholstery. That's when I was just doing real upholstery, not building new furniture. And but it's all really pretty simple once you know how everything works. And then there was a company I went in at nights and worked nights while I still had my shop, called History Parlor, History Colonial. And the owner sold the business. It was and I was making some good extra money there at night. And when he sold the business, all there was after was the building. They didn't want none of his frames or any of that stuff. And I made a deal with the owner. He was selling the stuff in there, and I got all of his patterns, his cutting patterns. I got all of his frames that he already had built. He had a frame shop there and everything. And that's how I got started building new furniture. And most of the furniture that style back then was early American. There was some modern stuff, but that's how I got started. Building the new furniture. And my brother-in-law, man, he was eat up with it that I could do that. I could do stuff that he couldn't do. He didn't know how to cut. He didn't know how to sew. He could build backs. But there's a lot of it he didn't know about. And he didn't know about the business end of it either. He never had a shop of his own. He went out to California and worked a while, upholstering furniture and stuff. But he wasn't glad. I mean, I don't know what it was with him. I don't know. But I wasn't really that smart. I just had a lot of common sense about stuff, how it went. The main thing about upholstering furniture, you have to know how it's done. Then you fine tune your skills at it. And it didn't take me long to do that. I would love to set me a little place aside somewhere and just build the occasional piece of new furniture and sell it. But the furniture I'm talking about, it's high-end. It's very expensive. It's not this junk that most of these stores are selling now. This is designer stuff. I can still get the frames. I still know how to do it. I don't know if I'm physically able to do it. You know I couldn't pick up a chair and walk off with it, or take a sofa. I could pick up a sofa up over my head, turn it upside down, and walk around with it. That's how you got them. You went in there and you slid them up close to where your bucks is at, and you picked that thing up over your head and set it down on your bucks that you built it on. I couldn't. Boy, I would love to do it. Love to do it. There's a guy showing how to upholster different things. He's got a YouTube channel. That sucker's making a killing. Boy, I could have made some good videos. Even in the 90s, I could have done it. But I done got old and feeble. But my brother-in-law, he, and there's another one too. I had another brother-in-law that was into upholstery. He worked for Broyhill for years, and he never had his own shop where he reupholstered, but he did build furniture. He had a garage out there that he built new furniture in and sold it. Now his brother, he was actually manufacturing furniture in Murphy, North Carolina, or was it Andrews? One of them towns over there. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but he must have been doing okay with it. But I remember the first time I started building new furniture from when I bought them all them frames and stuff out from that other furniture company that I worked for part-time. And the first time we started going around to some of the furniture stores to see if we could wholesale them some furniture, you know, and we went to this one right there in town. It was called Hull's Bettis. And we just pulled in there. We want to show you something, we told him, me and my partner. Name of the company was David Russell. My partner's name was David and mine was Russell. And David Russell sounded better than Russell David. So we walked in there and they said, yeah, bring it in. But if we don't want it, you have to carry it back out. Okay. We went in there and they was just smitten with that. And he said, where did you get that? We built it. What do you mean you built it? We built it right here and down the street down there. And he looked at it, he sat on it, and he said, how much do you want for that? And we told him the price. And it was a 3-piece deal. Well, actually it's 4 pieces. It was a sofa, chair, and a love seat, and an ottoman. Early American. And he asked me questions, you know, what is it, you got no sags in it, you got coil springs in it, stuff like that. And we tell him, you know, it was top of the line. And they sat there and shook their head and they said, you know, the only problem I got with this, I look at this furniture and then I look at you two guys that built it. And we were sitting in there, work clothes on, you know, and boots, and looked like a couple of hillbillies. But they bought it. And they ordered some more. They wanted to see different patterns, and we had different fabrics and stuff. And we sold quite a bit of furniture to them. But we stayed in business about 2 years, and what was going on in that town, every Saturday night, there was a firebug going around and setting different businesses on fire and stuff. And one Saturday night, now you could see town. I was up on the mountain there where I lived, and I could look down there and see the town. And so I was sitting there on the porch wondering, well, is somebody gonna burn something down tonight? And all of a sudden I seen fire. I didn't realize it was our shop, our business. So I went down there, and sure enough, they burned our building down and everything in it. And me and the partner, we was getting along, but we wasn't happy with each other. And the insurance paid off. We had insurance and everything, and the insurance paid off. And we just parted ways. And I opened my own business. And I wound up going back to, let's see, where was I at when I had my own shop, and then I decided I was just gonna move into a bigger town and everything, and I moved to a place called, well, it's Petersburg, Virginia. Name of my business was Southside Furniture. And I built furniture there, bought the building there and all that stuff. I was doing good. And I had to close that one down because there again, boy, Russell done went and hired somebody in the family, and it did not work out. And it was me. I hired my brother. My cousin was, he helped me get the building and everything, and he had a little bit of interest in the shop and everything. And I closed that thing down because of my brother. He's the one that died. He was an alcoholic. Big mistake. You know, and later on, I hired my mama. You know, what a joke that was. And then, I pretty much had to send my mama packing. I called up her ex-husband there, and I said, would you come get your wife? And because my wife and my mother wasn't getting along with my wife. Mama tried to, she was living with us. Didn't work. Did not work. But later on, when we moved to Florida, daggone if I didn't go and hire that woman again. And a sister. Don't do that. Let the family go about their own business. Don't put them in your business. Oh well, that's enough story for today. Can you see them honeybees down there working on them oranges? Look at them. Look at that. Can you see that bee right there? The other two took off. Are they making honey out of that? That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, and look here, this last celery end I brought out here. Look, can you see that? It's growing. Pretty soon it'll be like that one right down there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna set this one down here in that. When that gets more roots on it, I'll be setting it in its own pot. And if I do that with every one time she's got a cut off end like that, start my own plants, we won't have to buy no celery. But anyhow, folks, I guess that's my story today, and I'm sticking to it. It's not much of a video, but I can't be working out here much with good clothes on. As you can tell, they got dog hair on them. Where's my, there it is. I ain't gonna be rubbing dirt on these things. I got up this morning, took a shower, and like I said, had to go to the lab. You know, I need some more compost accelerator, and I can't. Seems like Lisa said she was sending me some more, but I don't know. I don't know if that just something in my mind. I don't know. I don't know if she did or not. But quick as payday hits, because I need to put, every time I do a bucket full, I need that accelerator on it. It really gets that stuff going. 30 days is composted. Unreal. I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. And I'm not cutting up cardboard anymore. I'm soaking it down, letting it get good and soggy, and then I'm just turning it up in pieces and putting it in the container. See how easy that tears up? Just unreal, you know. And my daughter, boy, she gets so aggravated with me. She was fixing her a couple of BLTs this morning when she come in, and she was doing some lettuce, and she peeled some pieces off of that head of lettuce, you know, that wasn't good. She just peeled it back. She's getting it, throwing it in the trash, and I'm like, I'll take that. And she, you know, said, you can't save everything, you know. Well, everything I can, I'm going to. But I'm going to get one of them quick as I can come up with the money. I'm going to buy me one of them kitchen composters that sits in there, and all they got to do is just throw it in that. And I can come empty it every once in a while. And maybe they'll quit throwing it in the trash when all we got to do is lift the lid and throw it in that composter. Boy, I swear I'm breaking wind this morning. I don't know why. Throw that down there and let it get wet. Yeah. Gotta keep me a rag out here to, I don't see my, yeah, that's folks, that's my video for today. I appreciate all of y'all. Let's see, this is Monday. Am I gonna do a Blue Monday? I might. I've really got to work on my room. My room is bad shape right now. Bad shape. Anyhow, let's see. You know what? I need to go down there and water some stuff, I think. Yeah. All right, guys, girls, kiddos. Shut up, crows. I don't like crows. I'd like to have a pet crow. They say they're very intelligent birds. I don't like some of the things crows do. Do you know they'll go find a nest of a smaller bird that's got babies in there, and they'll go snag them babies out and eat them. They sure will. I didn't know that till recently. I'm noticing Clyde over there, his grapefruit, you know Clyde, the man with the $5,000 lawnmower. His grapefruit tree is full of grapefruits. I'd like to have some of them, but they're just falling on the ground there. I would love to have a grapefruit tree. I would like to have one of them ruby red grapefruit trees. Man, I could eat them things without no sweetener on them or nothing. Love them. I peel them things and eat them like an orange. All right, I said I'm going, folks. I'm going. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.